session, Dr. Meghna Bhilare, Director DYPIMR, Dr. Vishal Varaskar, Associate Director DYPIMR, all the delegates, faculty members, students, and participants. On behalf of Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Management and Research, I, Dr. Jana Joshi, extend a warm welcome to you all for the second day of National Conference on New Frontiers in Management for Sustainable Business Development in VUCA World. On the very first day of the conference, participants experienced enormous knowledge sharing on the said theme through the guest speaker sessions and also through the presentation tracks wherein they presented their research papers. To continue with the journey of knowledge enrichment, today we have with us an eminent speaker, Dr. Anna Sahib Gurav. Now, I take this opportunity to give a brief introduction of the keynote speaker. Professor Dr. Anna Sahib M. Gurav, sir, is the former Principal and Fellow of Indian Commerce Association. He has been the Professor and former Head of Department of Commerce and Management, Dean in charge of Faculty of Commerce and Management, Coordinator for Center for Skill and Entrepreneurship Development at Shivaji University, Kolhapur. He is holding numerous academic degrees. He is having dual MCom, MPhil, GDCNA, NET, ICWAI, PGDCA, MBA, and MSW. He is PhD in Finance, PhD in HRM, PhD in Marketing, DLIT from Washington, USA, and DLIT from University of South America. Sir has a vast experience of conducting more than 5,000 training programs for marketing and industrial employees in and around Maharashtra. Sir has authored 8 and co-authored 21 books. He has published 197 research papers in various journals. He has presented more than 460 papers in various conferences, seminars, and workshops. He has also been a resource contributor in more than 2,000 conferences and seminars. Sir has been awarded by more than 18 awards and honors. Few are like Shikshan Bhushan 2009 by Shanti Times Kolhapur, Distinguished Service Award by AIMS International India in 2010, Prabodhan Puraskar 2011 by State Level Yuva Shakti Samajik Sanstha Nashik, Best Teacher 2011 by Shivaji University Kolhapur, Dr. P.C. Shezwalkar, Best Commerce Teacher Award 2013 by Maharashtra Commerce Association Mumbai, Fellow of Indian Commerce Association 2015 by Indian Commerce Association New Delhi, Teaching and Research Excellence Award by GRABS Educational Charitable Trust Chennai, Sampark 2019 by a platform for connecting educators from Teachers Mitra Group Hubli. Sir is also the BOS Chairman, Commerce, Shivaji University, Kolhapur, BOS member in IDS, RTM, Nagpur University, and of various other colleges. Indeed, it's our privilege to have such an eminent guest with us as the keynote speaker for today. Now, I request Dr. Meghna Bhilare ma'am to virtually felicitate Dr. Gurav sir.
I'm very much thankful.
Thank you, ma'am and sir. Now, I would request Dr. Gurav to kindly enlighten the audience with his address. Please, sir.
Thank you, madam. I shared my PPT, whether it is visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. Very good afternoon to one and all. At very beginning, I am extremely sorry I late about 20 minutes because of some technical problem. all respected participants as well as the respected director and my dear friends. Today I'm going to talk on new frontiers in management for sustainable business development in VUCA world. Very beginning and very outset, I'm very much appreciating the organizer who has selected such a vibrant topic. Very true. In this VUCA world, sustainable business development is a very great challenge. Being a student of commerce and management, I used to visit in industry. I used to guide and give the consultancy to the good number of industries in Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka. And everywhere we are facing the same problem, how to develop the business in a sustainable way in this VUCA world. I'm going to take your 1 hour on this particular subject, which are the new frontiers in management for sustainable business development in this VUCA world, competitive world. Before starting my presentation, always I used to give the declaration. My first declaration is, it is academic presentation. My second declaration is, which examples I'm going to cite in my presentation. These all examples are only for the sake of giving the clarification regarding management for sustainable business development in the VUCA world. With this clarification, I'm going to present like this. I'm going to talk about some part as an introduction about the topic, which are the new frontiers in management for sustainable business development in this present VUCA world, competitive world. At second part, I'm going to touch about what are the remedies for sustainable business development in the VUCA world. My humble request to all audience, all respected teachers, researchers, and students friends. My dear management friends, you take it these all remedies and start your own consultancy for sustainable business development in the VUCA world. I will not touch much about the theoretical aspects. I want to touch what experiences I have been taking for sustainable business development in the VUCA world. On the basis of my experience, I'm going to narrate the remedies in my presentation. And finally, I'm going to conclude this. Dear friends, what are the frontiers in the VUCA world? There are different ways are there, different means are there, different borders are there, different statistical tools are there for sustainable business development. Sustainable business development is very, very challenging because which new frontier we are going to select, on which border, boundary we are going to reach. If you referred a very famous book, Who Moved My Cheese? In this particular book, the author shown 4 characters, 4 mouse. They were eating the cheese. One fine morning, the cheese has moved someone, and the title came, Who Moved My Cheese? Why I'm citing this example, this story or the reference of this book? Which are the new frontiers in the VUCA world for sustainable business development? My dear participants, we have to think very seriously as an academicians, as a researchers, as a consultant, how we can develop our business world in this VUCA situation for sustainable development. And that's why selection of appropriate way, appropriate track, appropriate border is very much essential for sustainable development of the business in this VUCA world. Which are the frontiers? Which are the borderlines in management? Dear friends, lot of changes have been going on. If you referred the statement made by Alvin Toffler, he made a statement, not just a change, but rate of change. And that is the frontiers in the management. Not simply rate change, but the rate of change is very, very rapid. 200, 400, 500, 1000 years back, changes were there, but the rate of change was very slow. But if you referred last 100 years, last 15 years, last 10 years, last 5 years, or last 1 year, we are coming across the rate of change. And rate of change is very, very drastic. And in this fast changing world, in this VUCA world, what are the frontiers? What are the borderlines? What are the boundaries for managing the business? I'm going to touch. What are the frontiers in business? And lot of changes have been going on. What are the frontiers in sustainable development? And at the same time, what are the sustainable business models? Friends, these things are very, very important for sustainable business development in the VUCA world. It is very challenging because yesterday we were conducted one startup meet. More than 104 candidates, researchers, professors were presented their new startups. And one survey says that only 2 to 3% startups will successful startup converted into the business because lot of new frontiers are there in the management, and these are the hindrances, obstacles for sustainable business development in the VUCA world. And that's why. Which are the borderlines in management? Which are the borderlines in businesses? Which are the borderlines in sustainability, and which are the borderlines in business development? In this VUCA world, we have to refer, we have to take into consideration. What is a VUCA world? It is a abbreviation. It is a short form of V stand for volatility. My dear friends, lot of volatility is there. Lot of changes are there. In the today's business world, artificial intelligence called as AI have been continuously using in the VUCA world. And when the volatility is there, as a student of management, as a teacher of management, as a researcher of management, as a business consultant, we have to remember what type of volatility is there in the business world. And if we are knowing the volatility, the changing scenario, changing circumstances, the interest of the customers or buyers is continuously changing. Under such circumstances, how we can make it sustainable business development? Development of the business, establishment of the business, incubation, startup, ideas, the introduction of the business as a model, it is okay. But lot of volatility is there. Lot of changes are going on. Different type of concepts are coming under that circumstances, which are the new frontiers, which are the new borderlines, which are the new ways for managing the volatility in the business world for sustainable development. That matters a lot. And for that purpose, one has to use AI, one has to use IoT, one has to do some experiments, one has to do to explore an opportunities, and these are the tools and techniques to overcome from volatility in the business world. Then it is possible the sustainable business development. Another U indicates that uncertainty. Lot of uncertainty is there. And in this uncertainty world, which are the new frontiers in management for sustainable business development? And that is the question before us as a management consultant, before the industrialist, how to develop the business in a sustainable way. Dear participants, lot of uncertainty is there. Financial, market, HR, production, operation, system, IT, everywhere, every sector, every field, every branch of knowledge, uncertainty is there. And in this uncertainty world, sustainable business development is very, very important. Take it an example. Once upon a time, Sate biscuits were very, very popular. Once upon a time, Omega wristwatch was very, very popular. Once upon a time, 540 Jeep was very, very popular. Once upon a time, Bajaj scooter was very, very popular. But what is the present scenario of these all examples? Because lot of uncertainty have been taken place. And under such uncertainty, from first industrial revolution, First World War, Second Industrial Revolution, Second World War, and in this pandemic situation, lot of uncertainties have been taken place in the business world. Under that circumstances, in this VUCA world, the sustainable business development, it matters a lot. Dear participants, how to control these uncertainties, how to predict the uncertainties, I'm going to narrate in my presentation. In VUCA, C indicates that the complexity. Complexity is lot of, for the sake of example, for the sake of clarification, I already made the declaration, all my examples of my presentation is only for the sake of academic presentation. What type of complexity is there? Take it an example. Because of whom Mahabharata has taken place. Who is responsible for Mahabharata? We know very well what is Mahabharata. Because of whom Mahabharata has happened. Alternate A, because of King Pandu. He was not capable. He died earlier. And because of that, Mahabharata has taken place. Because there were the jealousy between Pandu and Dhritarashtra. The second alternate, what type of complexity is there in this example? Because of Dhritarashtra, Mahabharata has taken place. I'm not going to give the answer. We have to find out. The same situation is there in the industry. Because Dhritarashtra was blind. And because of his blindness, he unable to control his kingdom. He unable to control his sons. He unable to recognize what is good and what is bad. When we are talking about sustainable development in the businesses, for business sustainable development in this VUCA world, what are the new frontiers? What are the new avenues? And under such a circumstances, lot of complicability is there, lot of complications are there. How we are analyzing whether because of the Pandu, because of the Dhritarashtra, because of the Gandhari, the Mahabharata has taken place. Because he was not blind, but her husband was blind, and that's why she put it. She closed her eyes for her lifetime. Because of her, the Mahabharata has taken place. Because of Pitama Bhishma, Mahabharata has taken place. Because for the marriage of his father, he picked up 3 princesses, Amba, Ambika and Ambalika. And at that time, he taken an oath. I will not marry with, and I will not have a kingdom or king of any kingdom. Why I'm citing this example? Because of whom it is happened, because of the Kunti it is happened, because of Duryodhana it is happened, because of Karna it is happened, or because of Krishna it is happened, or because of Ashwathama it is happened. The VUCA, where VUCA is and VUCA will be in the business world, in a day-to-day life also, in day-to-day career, because volatility is there, uncertainty is there, complexity is there, and ambiguity is there in each and every field. And in this present scenario, specifically after pandemic, after this COVID situation, Lot of changes have been taken place, and dear friends, new frontiers are there in management for sustainable business development in VUCA world. Dear participants, volatility is there because changes are very, very rapid. Changes are very, very fast. Uncertainty, there is no any certain. I was very comfortable always delivering the speeches through online because the broadband is connected. But today I am unable to do this because uncertainty, complexity is there. And in complexity, outcome is unpredictable. Under such a circumstances, under this type of VUCA world, how we are managing the sustainable business, that is very, very important, because lot of ambiguity is there, lot of confusions are there, just I cited, because of whom Mahabharata has taken place. Who was the real responsible person? The same question we can ask to the industry. Why this business have been not developing? Why this business has collapsed? In Pune, on Lakshmi Road, every 1 or 2 years, new shop is coming. After 6 months, 1 year, they are getting closed. Again, new person is coming, doing renovation with the new products, new services. He is going to start the new shop. Why it is happening? We are the students and researchers of management. And for sustainable business development, which type of management strategy is to be adopted? Dear participants, I made a statement. VUCA word was there, were there, it is at present, and it will be future. The question is how we are going to manage, how we are going to search the new frontiers, new avenues, new opportunities. And facing the VUCA world, we have to grab the opportunities. We have to explore the opportunities, and exploring the opportunity become a solution in this VUCA world for sustainable development of the business.
Sir, sorry to disturb you, but we are not able to see the PPT properly. So I request you to kindly put it on slideshow if possible.
Madam, it is on slideshow.
Yeah, but sir, it's not visible.
Okay.
Can you share it again, sir?
Okay, I will do it, madam. I will do it again. Check it, and because I'm not seeing you, anybody. Okay. Madam, check it.
Yes, now it is clear, sir. Thank you so much.
Sorry, madam. Sorry, because some technical issue, maybe. It is a VUCA word, no?
Yeah.
Okay, friends. Okay, right now it is visible?
Yes, sir. Now it's properly visible.
Okay. VUCA word, I'm making a statement. VUCA word, it was there. And it is everywhere. In my career also it is there, because a lot of volatility, lot of uncertainty, lot of complexity, lot of ambiguity. And that's why I cited an example of who moved my cheese. That's why I cited an example of once upon a time the satay biscuits was very, very popular. But where these biscuits at present in the market? I'm not citing this example for criticize. I'm citing this example. We are the students of management science. And as a management science, we should keep our eyes open, and we have to find out new frontiers, new avenues, new borderlines, new concepts. And for that purpose, how we are going to explore the opportunities. And exploring the opportunity is very, very important for managing the VUCA world, for sustainable development of the business. If you refer, what is volatility? It is not equal to stability. Stability is required. Certainty is necessary. Predictability is necessary. Simplicity is necessary. Linear relationship is necessary. And instead of ambiguity, clarity is necessary. And if we can follow, if we can do, then we can come up from the problems, issues in business development in this VUCA world, in this development of the VUCA world. Dear participants, what are the new frontiers are incorporated. Lot of new frontiers are incorporated. Different type of views are incorporated. Behavioral science is changing of an employees as well as the customers and also the policymakers under such a circumstances. For sustainable business development is a under burden. It is very challenging. It is very, very complicated in this VUCA world. And that's why one has to search new avenues in management for sustainable business development. I'm appealing all researchers, all students, and all faculty members that visit at least once in a month to the industrial sector, industrial estates, to the business empires and discuss with them what are their problems. Then definitely we able to find out the solution for that business or other businesses in this particular VUCA world for sustainable development of the businesses. Because number of controlling factors in VUCA world, hundreds and thousands of controlling factors in VUCA world. Take it an example. Once upon a time, Ambassador car was very, very popular. The rich people who are affording such a car, they were purchasing. But right now, instead of Ambassador, other cars are there in the market. So what was the problem with that company? What was the problem with that product? Because lot of changes, lot of controlling factors are influencing the VUCA world. And because of these controlling factors, controlling elements, we unable to develop businesses in a sustainable way, in a longer way. The environment, finance, HR, marketing, in each and every functional aspect of the management, sustainability is required. And that sustainability is on toe. It is on challenge because of this VUCA world in the present scenario. I want to cite one book, Ikigai. Ikigai is the Japanese word, and its meaning is happy and long life. I want to correlate new frontiers in management for sustainable business development in VUCA world. Happy and long life for business in VUCA world is required. If business is happy, if business is having long life in this VUCA world, then our students, our products, because our students are our product, they will be employable. And when they will employable, they will be accepted by the industrial world, by the business world, in VUCA world. Then automatically our business, our education business will be sustainable. It is possible. Otherwise, very difficult situation may arise. How in Ikigai says that happiness and long life is required. Likewise, in this VUCA world, happy and long life of the business is necessary in volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity world. That is necessary is equal to sustainable business development. My dear friends, if business will not survive, if the industry will not survive, our products will not be accepted. And if our products will not be accepted, then our education business we unable to run. There will no sustainable development in education business. And that's why I'm trying to correlate how the Ikigai is there for the human being. In Japan, they have been using happy and long life. Likewise, Ikigai concept, we have to use happy and long life for the business in VUCA world is nothing but the sustainable business development and is equal to 126 years of age in Japan. That is the concept of Ikigai. Likewise, 126 or more than that, like for the industry, is required in this VUCA world. And I'm going to narrate what are the solutions for this. I want to cite the concept of Ishikawa, cause and effect application, and it will be useful for sustainable business development in a VUCA world. You may ask me why it is. Because how you are, what are the causes how these causes are affecting how you are putting the input and how you are going to get the output. There should be a proper coordination. What are the expectations of each and every company? On the basis of that, cause-effective relationship we have to establish. And when one can establish the cause-effect relationship, then only we can make a sustainable business development in a VUCA world. Dear participants, I want to narrate one story. I want to cite one example. One day, one village person coming to the city for selling chicken. In the transit, one government fellow, one officer stopped that village person, and that person asked that village person, where you are going? What is your purpose? Then that village person reacted, sir, I'm going to the market for selling my chicken. Then immediately that officer asked that village person, what you are feeding to your chicken? That village person replied, sir, I am feeding the insects to my chickens. Then that officer taken immediately objection that you are killing the live insects, and that's why you pay the penalty. That village fellow paid the penalties and went back to his village. After a few days, again he came on the same road, going to the city for selling the chicken. Again that officer interrupted and asked that fellow, where you are going? For what purpose you are going? Then that village fellow reacted, I'm going to sell my chicken in the city. Then that officer asked, what you are feeding to your chicken? Then that farmer, village person replied, I am feeding the maize and jawar, food grain, to my chicken. Then officer immediately take a objection. This is a human food, jawar, wheat, this is a human food, and you are feeding to your chicken. It is not good. In our country, there is a shortage of food grain to the people of country, and you are feeding such a food grain to your chicken. It is objectionable. You have to pay the penalty. Again, that village fellow paid the penalty and went back to his village. After a few days, again he came with the chicken, going to the city for selling the chicken. Again that officer interrupted this fellow, this village person, and again the same question he repeated, asked that fellow, village person, where you are going, for what purpose? Again that village person replied, I am going to city and for selling the chicken. Again that officer asked the question, what you are feeding to your chicken? That village person replied, I am feeding money to my chicken. Immediately that officer replied, right now it is okay, you can go to the city and sell your chicken. Dear friends, forget it, the fun part. What is the moral of the story? When we are talking about the new frontiers in management for sustainable business development in VUCA world, the moral of the story is tit for tat. In this VUCA world, volatile world, uncertainty world, very complexity world, and lot of ambiguity world, we have to behave, we have to run business like tit for tat for sustainable business development. What is the moral of this story? For sustainable business development, strategic management is essential. Dear participants, how we researchers, how we students are doing a strategic management? And strategic management is very, very essential for sustainable development of the business in this VUCA world. That's why I want to cite a Japanese proverb for sustainable development, business development in VUCA world: fall 7 times and stand up 8th. So whatever may be the situation, whatever may be the volatility, whatever may be the uncertainty, whatever may be the complexity, whatever may be the ambiguity, how many times we are falling, it is not important. It is important how we are standing up, how we are getting up ourselves, how we are again going to fight this world situation. And that is necessary for sustainable development of the businesses in VUCA world. Then what are the solutions for sustainable business development in VUCA world? We know the industrial revolution. We are moving from industrial revolution to 4.0, first industrial revolution 1760 to 1830. And we are in 2022. Very soon we are joining 2023. Small businesses to big challenges. VUCA world is positive as well as negative. So how we are converting the negative situation into positive situation, or how we are encashing, searching opportunities in negative situation for sustainable business development in VUCA world, that is left on us. I want to cite some few more examples in this VUCA world, how the sustainable business development is necessary, required. In Kolhapur, one of the famous bhed is Rajabhau bhed. And it is very having about 55-60 years of history. It is very popular bhed. But when we are talking about VUCA world, sustainable development of the businesses, what are the new frontiers? In market, Amba Bhadang is there. If you refer the another example, Chitale sweets. In this competitive world, very complex world, new competitors are entered. For example, Haldiram. For example, Bhikaji. Why I'm citing these all examples? What are the new frontiers in management for sustainable business development in the VUCA world? Dear friends, new competitors will come, new products will come, new varieties will come, new strategies will come. But every time we have to search the new opportunities, and searching the new opportunity will be the solution for facing the challenges in VUCA world for sustainable business development. You remember another example I cited purposefully, roll camera to mobile camera. What is the situation at present about the roll cameras? Everyone is using the mobile camera. How the changes are going on, how the sustainability we have to maintain. Landline to lineless phones. Earlier, getting the landline connection, we have to book it, we have to pay advance fees, we have to wait 3 years, then we will get it the landline connectivity. And right now, lineless phones are available. Mobile phones are available. Simply uttering the word, I want to take the mobile, immediately number of companies are coming to us and asking us, take my connection. This is the challenge in the VUCA world. Handle start car to handle or steeringless vocal instruction car. What type of changes are going on, and how to do the sustainable development of the business? Chalk and talk education to National Education Policy 2020. Why I'm citing these all examples? It's a basic reasonings. Lot of changes are going on. And that's why very beginning I was cited the Alvin Toffler statement that not just a change, the rate of change. Rate of change is very tremendous. And rate of change is very fast in this VUCA world because volatility is there, uncertainty is there. complexity is there, ambiguity is there. Under such a circumstances, we have to handle the business. Dear friends, I'm going to narrate more than 20-25 tips for management for sustainable business development in the VUCA world. Yes, this is the situation. What to do? What are the tips? What are the solutions? What are the ways? What are the methods? Which are the new frontiers for tackling the management, handling the management, effective management for sustainable business development in VUCA world. The first one is forecasting. How we are forecasting. My humble request to all participants, specifically my management students, that do the forecasting. Who can forecast better, he will sustain. He will develop his business in a sustainable way. He has a long life. If we are not forecasting, I'm always insisting, my industrial consultant, my dear industrialist, you should not shout on one worker, not necessary to spend unnecessary time for unnecessary or minor important work. You have to spend at least 2 hours once in a week for forecasting of your business, where you will be after 1 year, where you will be after 5 years, your business will be after 5 years, what will be turnover after 5 years of your business, who will be your probable customers after 10 years, what type of quality will be of your business product, your service. Every time, everywhere, every product, forecasting is necessary. And when forecasting is proper, then it will be the solution for sustainable business development in VUCA world. Dear friends, VUCA is, in a regional language, one of the smoking instrument in the royal family. When citing this example, it is called as a hookah. When citing this example, its reason is how the changes are going on. And if we want to overcome from these challenges in this VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world, we have to build a mindset, very positive mindset, very supportive mindset is required, because running the business, running the industry, having a lot of challenges in this VUCA situation, in this VUCA world. And for sustainable development, steady and slow growth is necessary, and that will be the solution. What is the solution? What is the way for sustainable business development in VUCA world? Think fast as well as slow. How we are thinking? Respected Ratan Tata made a statement. If you want walk fast, walk alone. And if you want to walk for longer duration, walk together. For fast walking alone is required, and for sustainability, for longer duration walk, together walking is necessary. And when we are walking together, our speed will be slow. That's why the business development in VUCA world, the solution or tip is there, how you are walking fast, how you are walking slow in a thinking, and that helps for coming up from this situation. The solution is there, the tip is there. Search the tipping point, search the important point where we want to hit the iron for bending that iron. Dear friends, I will narrate one story. I will take 1 minute. One motor mechanic was there. Motor mechanic repairing the four-wheelers. One fine morning, he was very expert. Mechanic was very expert. Car mechanic was very expert. One fine morning, one doctor came along with his four-wheeler for maintenance. At that time, that motor mechanic made a statement to the doctor, "My dear doctor, I am repairing your vehicle, charging only 500 rupees. But when you are treating the heart of the patient, you are charging 2 lakhs rupees. The doctor gave the smile to that mechanic and does not reply. Again, that mechanic made a statement, my dear doctors, I am repairing your vehicle liner and piston, the important part of the vehicle, but charging only 500 rupees. But when you are maintaining, repairing the heart of the human being, you are charging 2 lakhs rupees. Then the doctor replied, my dear mechanic, you are stopping the vehicle and repairing it, but I am keeping on the heart and repairing it. And that's why you are charging 500 rupees. I am charging 2 lakhs rupees. Search tipping point. I'm requesting all participants. And I'm very much thankful to the director, Hilary Madam, as well as her team. Very nice topic they have selected. Where very good potential is there for consultancy in the industry. And I'm appealing to the faculty members, researchers, and participants, start the consultancy for sustainable business development in a VUCA world. And for that purpose, searching tipping point, searching important point where we want to hit, that is necessary, and that become a tip for in this new frontiers in business management for sustainable development of the VUCA world. Another tip is there, we should be ready for rapid action. What happens? As per my experience and knowledge, in good number of companies, rapid action is lagging. No rapid action. Rapid action is required. Specifically, VUCA world, the concept of VUCA have been used in 1990 in World War, in after Industrial Revolution. Specifically, it is used after Dunkel or GATT agreement, because rapid action is necessary for tackling the business problems, for sustainable business development. In this VUCA world, rapid action is necessary, and we should be ready. And who are ready, they can able to tackle the situation. You take it an example of wrestlers. They are ready to take the run because that game is volatile. In that game, uncertainty is there. In that game, complexity is there. In that game, ambiguity is there. Under such a circumstances, how we are using, how we are keeping ourselves ready for rapid action, it matters. The next tip is there for sustainable business development in VUCA world, creative thinking. How we are thinking in a creative way, how we are thinking in an innovative way, how we are thinking in a different way, how we are thinking out of the box. It is necessary for sustainable business development in a VUCA world. If we are traditionally thinking, if we are not thinking out of the box, if we are not thinking in a creative manner, we will be the sufferer. Our business will not run. Our business will not be sustainable model in this competitive scenario, volatile scenario, uncertainty scenario, complexity scenario, and ambiguity based scenario. And that's why this is very, very essential. Leadership and strategy making, how you are leading the people, how you are leading the organization, how you are leading the vendors, how you are leading the suppliers, how you are leading the financiers, and how you are making the strategy for these vendors, these suppliers, these customers, these employees, these bankers, financiers, for everywhere. Leadership as well as strategy making is necessary, and that is the tip, that is the solution for new frontiers in management for sustainable business development in VUCA world. Dare to be different. Our product should be different. Our approach should be different. Our service should be different. Our organization should be different. Our business should be different. And when we are different from others, then definitely there is a sustainable business development. There is a long life for our business, and that is possible in VUCA world when we are different. And that's why we should dare to be different, dreaming the big, introspecting and innovation, adaptability of the new technology, practical Indian ethos and ethics. These things are necessary. If you refer the new frontiers in management for sustainable business development in VUCA world, the bureaucratic theory, logical correlation with behavior of people, this thought has given by Max Weber, Brown, and many more thinkers. If you focus on the thought, logical correlation is required, and logical correlation is helpful for development of the business in a sustainable way in the VUCA world, because volatility is there, and when volatility is there, when changes are there, we have to analyze in a logical way. When uncertainty is there, logical correlation is required. When complexity is there, logical correlation is necessary. When ambiguity is there, logical correlation is necessary. You can refer the example of Kaun Banega Karodopati, how some experts are logically correlating and finding the answer, because that game is just like a VUCA world, VUCA situation, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Not only that game, if you refer the chess game, if you refer the kabaddi game, if you refer the cricket game, if you refer our own life, everywhere these VUCA is there, and for that purpose the solution is logical correlation. Taylor, Gant, Gilbreth, scientific thinker, they contributed about the productivity of laborers, productivity of employees. When we are talking about the VUCA world, in volatile world, in uncertainty world, in complexity world, and in ambiguity world, what is the productivity of employees? If the productivity is high, there will be the sustainable business development. If productivity is low, there will not be sustainable development. In VUCA world, productivity matters a lot. Productivity of employees, productivity of laborers matters a lot, and that will be the solution. In administrative theory, Fayol, Follett, Simon, they highlighted specialization and hierarchy. Also, the 14 principles of Fayol, Henry Fayol. In VUCA world, lot of changes are going on. Ground to globe, print media to link media, return on investment to cost benefit analysis, manager to CEO, and CEO to CFO, chief functional officer, management to innovation, micro to nano, mass management to class management, lifetime management to attrition management, Western culture to Indian culture, formation to knowledge management, information to knowledge management, muscle power management to left and right brain management, specific of culture to variety of culture, just in time management to just in system management. Such a lot of changes have been going on under such a circumstances. This is nothing but the VUCA world. That's why, friends, what is management? What are the challenges? Which are the new frontiers? How to do the sustainable development of the business? What is the VUCA? Don't think more. Increase the gross business happiness. And when we are increasing the gross business happiness, the sustainable development of the business in VUCA world is possible. That's why remember this formula: 2A square plus CSR square is equal to business development in VUCA world. Alert, anticipate, adjustable, avoid, retain, change yourself, search for opportunities, renew yourself regularly, and respect yourself. When we are following these things, then automatically sustainable business development in VUCA world is possible. For that purpose, one has to use the Kaizen technique. It is a Japanese technique. Keep on doing all the time. Improvement small and steady, zero defect, exact objectives, and no comparison with others. These things are necessary in this volatile world, uncertainty world, complex world, as well as ambiguous world. That is necessary. The conclusion: for facing the VUCA challenges, for sustainable business development, step by step, we have to climb on the challenges in management, step by step. We step into the challenges and take a new step for management, step by step. We take a quantum jump for business development and move ahead step by step and step by step. We accept the challenges in management for sustainable business development and move ahead step by step and step by step. You spell me in success and move ahead step by step and step by step. This is the solution for sustainable business development in VUCA world. And for that purpose, how we are analyzing, how we are interpreting the volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity that matters for sustainable development of the business in VUCA world. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable insights with special emphasis on how to attain sustainable business development in VUCA world. I'm sure that with the interesting concepts and the real life examples which you have quoted throughout the presentation have certainly enriched the knowledge of participants. Once again, thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Now, I would request Ms. Priya Tiwari to start the valedictory session.
Hello. Madam Guru बोलते. Any question?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for valuable insights with different these examples.
I take a little bit extra time.
Meghna ma'am. Ma'am. Director ma'am.
ये switch करें.
Meghna ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thanks
Shall
a
we
lot.
start, ma'am? Hello.
I just give 2 minutes.
Ma'am,
Nancy
your
ma'am is
voice is
joining.
not audible to us.
Nancy ma'am is joining just in 5 minutes.
Hello.
Priya ma'am, it's audible. Just check your connection.
Hello. Hi, ma'am.
Nancy ma'am is joining in 5 minutes. Then we'll start.
Okay, ma'am.
Nancy ma'am, can you hear me? Nancy ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. Priya, we can start.
Welcome to all. The time has to come to draw a curtain to our program. But it's not the end, it's just a beginning of new opportunities. A very good afternoon to one and all. I, Priya Tiwari, on behalf of Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Management and Research, would like to extend a very warm welcome to today's guest of honor, Dr. N.C. Srinivasan, Senior Director, Human Resource Enterprise DB Software India Private Limited, Dr. Meghna Villare, Director and Conference Coordinator, DYPIMR, Dr. Vishal Vadaskar, Associate Director, DYPIMR, and all academicians from every nook and corners of the nation in this validity ceremony of 2 days national conference on new frontiers in management for sustainable business development in this VUCA world. The changes in VUCA world has happening at a very fast pace, which was not the case earlier. And this conference has definitely given us a wide vision to overcome volatility, projected deeper insight to outcast uncertainty, design thinking to overlap complexity and ambiguity with agility for sustainable business development in this VUCA world. It's not only geared up the participants' enthusiasm, but also provided an impactful environment which will help in nurturing new concepts. I'm quite sure that each one of us has benefited from it. With these words, now I would like to request our dynamic leader, Dr. Meghna Villare, Conference Coordinator and Director, Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Management and Research, to welcome this intellectual gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Priya. Thanks a lot. Good afternoon, Ansi ma'am. Good afternoon, Gurav sir, and all the research scholars. And it gives me immense pleasure to share with you all that our conference, New Frontiers in Management for Sustainable Development in VUCA World, has received a huge response from across the country and with a good number of participants and research papers. So this conference started yesterday, and we were blessed to have Dr. Parag Kalkar, Dean Management and Commerce, SPPU, Mr. Anup Malviya, founder and CEO of Whitespace Business Advisors, and Professor Puneet Kumar, Group Director of Modern Group of Institutions. And today we had a session by our own Gurav sir, and now we have Ansi ma'am to address the forum. So thanks a lot for joining us for this validatory function, ma'am and sir. And here would I like to mention that we are very thankful to our visionary leader, Dr. P.D. Patil sir, for always supporting us, and to our Somnath Patil sir, Secretary of D.Y. Patil Unitech Society, who has been always a great support and a mentor for us. So the many keynote speakers of this conference have explored various dimensions and strategies in the VUCA world for long-term success and sustainability, which I feel which would be definitely a great platform and an opportunity to all the academicians and business practitioners to come together and recalibrate the strategies for gaining competitive edge and enhancing performance in ever-changing environment. So that is what is expected, like how we can face the VUCA world now, the whatever uncertainty and is there. So around 40 research papers were presented, and really I would like to appreciate all the paper presenters who have come up with so many novel ideas and research initiatives for sustainability of business. And I'm sure that it would help the academics and industry in today's economy. I'm grateful to Ansi ma'am for gracing this validity session, and thankful to all the who are the participants of this conference. And here I would really like to appreciate my team who have very enthusiastically and energetically, responsibly have carried out these 2 days, and they have made every efforts to make this conference a flawless moment. So I'm proud of you all team members, and thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Develop resilience, reframe thinking, and hone learning. Agility is the key to sustain in this volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world. This will open new boundaries and enable any business to sustain and thrive. This can happen only through positive attitude as it triggers optimistic thoughts, and this is proved by our next guest of honor, Dr. N.C. Srinivasan, a renowned industry stalwart who have gained extensive exposure to multiple aspects of the function in her career with this optimistic attitude. It's my honor to introduce Dr. N.C. Srinivasan. Dr. N.C. Srinivasan, PhD from Birla Institute of Technology, is a Senior Director, Human Resource at EDB, Pune, having more than 16 years of rich experience in corporate world at various higher positions, which include IBM, Global Advertisement Services, Affinity X, and many more. She had gained extensive exposure to multiple aspects, including HR strategic initiatives, leadership development, employee relations, talent acquisition and management, while maintaining statutory and legal compliances and proven competency in setting up operations, devising HR policy, and supporting the business growth to achieve a sustainable and profitable business, not only in India, but also in Manila, Japan, China, Australia. She ran many large-scale HR programs effectively as per need of business change. Her knowledge of effective HR tools and the ability to analyze and design appropriate solutions relevant across situations gave the advantage of being a problem solver in a crisis as well as an active contributor in a regular strategic decisions. With these words, I welcome you, ma'am. Now I request our director, ma'am, Dr. Meghna Bhillare, to felicitate Dr. N.C. Srinivasan. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to request Dr. N.C. Srinivasan to address the gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Priyanka. I think it's an extreme honor to be here today, especially for doing, and being here to do a conference initiation or conclusion, from initiation to conclusion. Though I wasn't part of yesterday's program as such, I think I could take some time to log in and see, because even it was available online, to log in and see what was happening in the first half of the session. So first and foremost, a big thanks to Dr. Meghna, Dr. Vishal, to you, Priyanka, for coordinating and getting me here on time, and to you, Priya, for introducing and letting the audience know about what kind of work I've been doing. What caught me attention yesterday when I was attending it online was the way the VUCA was getting addressed. Though the concept goes back, dated 1990s, when the American military started using it to address the dynamism or the changes that was happening. I think more and more relevance of that caught attention, especially when the Brexit happened, when the coronavirus pandemic had really, hit the world. So that is when people started understanding the entire concept of volatility, to uncertainty, to complex, and to ambiguous. So yesterday it was getting addressed that we as corporates have already started associating in change of volatility to vision, uncertainty to understanding, complexity to clarity, and ambiguity to agility. So I think at the same time, rather than evolving or making changes to be a part of it, there is more to VUCA that is getting added since post-pandemic. So, I think the post-Cold War had created VUCA to be there in the system, and the post-pandemic, the kind of emerging world dynamics that is getting or that is catching attention is now evolving even VUCA to BANI. So, you know, I thought maybe this would have been something that has not got attention or touch today. So from VUCA to BANI, what is the change that we are seeing is something that I would try to cover here today. So rather than only being volatile, I think now it is getting more, or the pandemic have told us it is not only change in agility or dynamism in emerging trending that have to be brought into the world, be it the education institutes, be it the corporates. But I think it is more to handle from the depth of catastrophe. So it's equivalent to disaster management at its core. So that is why I said from VUCA to BANI, B stands for brittle. So brittle is the idea where we are extremely susceptible to catastrophe at any point of time, and we are learning to address that or to change that fragile that build from the fragility overnight too. So that is how we've been preparing organizations. I think too many organizations, when suddenly it was decided that we'll have to do a complete shutdown, a lot of organizations, including mine, worked in a fashion wherein it was not work from home, it was work from office, and we were providing desktops to work, though being an IT company. So overnight, we had to figure out ways in which we can source more laptops, we can get it enabled, because everybody was restricted to being even, inside the house, not even to get out even in the society where they stayed. So overnight, we had to really, tackle it from a catastrophe state. So even from the volatile part, it has gone to brittle. And we as organizations are learning to make changes from that stage onward. So people are no more fearing. So even if when the worst happens, what next? I think that kind of preparedness is, though people would, tend to coin it as stress, I think we are more looking at like from how the sportsman would look at like when they get into the track for a race. If you ask them, are you stressed for the race? They would definitely say that, there is nervousness to an extent, but I'm not stressed. I'm more excited for the race. And this is a simpler thing which I learned from my daughter. Whenever she goes in for a race, I'll ask, are you stressed? Are you getting worried? She say, no, I'm getting excited to see which position I'll come in when I'll do the race. I think that is how the sports tackle it, and that is how corporates have now learned tackling it. Even from the zero, now they know that they can build up, or even if it is, they know that it is really not the zero. It's not that we are restarting it again, but it's just that we'll have to switch the chord now and play something better, which can even make it better. So, volatility, again, getting it to brittle, and the entire system learning to unwind it and, get it into place itself is a big thing. I think then when I look at from BANI, BA, A is handling anxiousness. Okay, so there is uncertainty, there is ambiguity. You're not very clear, which can make you, more. So the entire system is bought into the anxious mode rather than not only complexity or ambiguity. It has taken it to an anxious state wherein, people are mainly aware of what kind of symptoms are there when they get anxious. And everybody will have to tackle it in their personal life, in the corporate life. But I think it is more of, people have now learned somehow to live on the edge and then still to make it and make a difference in whatever they do. The next would be non-linear in BANI. Non-linear is more of that, we have come into the period, we live in a world wherein, even seems more disconnected and disappropriate, but still disproportionate, but without, a well-defined standard structure. Earlier, we thought we cannot work. So when I connect it to HR as an organization, there is a set protocol of procedures, rules, policies, and we would say for anything, we'll have to check whether that is covered in the policy. I think the pandemic have taught us that at times it's not, a long-term planning that can help you. You have to make things work very quick, and it can be a short-term mechanism too. So I think people are more coming on to those short-term mechanisms, and people are learning in terms of guiding people to do do such kind of, resolution or problem solving ability in them. And it's no more a long-term planning that somebody is asking, or that would make sense, but it's more of short-term things that can really fetch you the result, and then you can work accordingly. And the final one would be incomprehensible, wherein, misunderstanding can happen, and it is generally generated when you can't find answers. If you find it is difficult to, figure out the answer, though too many aspects, you think that is a misunderstanding. And at the end, whatever answers you're getting is not making sense for you. But, so in order to understand, if we don't have control over everything, we will feel that there is misunderstanding. So whenever these situations came in, when there were a lot of changes in place, we thought there is a lot of misunderstanding happening across, and we are not able to control the situations. I think now we've more learned in that even when we can't control situations, we are at peace with it. We are like, okay, things would settle down, that would change. And, when vaccinations were in, everybody was wondering which one to take, whether I should take Covaxin, whether I, which one would work. There were this, everybody was figuring out whether what is served globally is better, whether what we are having would, help. But I think whatever was available at that point of time, we all made peace with it. And we were realizing that, COVID as in a disease wasn't reoccurring. And organizations were also, along with the government, trying to pioneer in terms of cheering people, to take it in time and make all the necessary arrangements hand in hand, so that, everybody will be vaccinated and they are in the safer zone. So I think VUCA still exist, but even the toughest version of that, of a Bani, we have learned to tackle it. And all of the research papers, I'm sure that they would have done more in-depth study in it, and they would have realized now it has become in such a way that day in and out, if people feel consistently they can achieve certain things, and they can make that difference in that shorter duration or shorter timeline, they are able to make difference in whatever they are doing. So that's the message to everyone. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your thought-provoking address with various examples on VUCA world, how to tackle this situation as per corporate perspective. And I'm sure that this will definitely create a positive turbulence in our research fraternity. Thank you once again, ma'am. Moving forward, now I would like to invite our enthusiastic leader, Dr. Shikha Dubey, HOD MCA department, who is a member of various professional bodies like data science, etc., and has published various research papers in reputed journals, for award ceremony followed by vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Priya. It's my proud privilege to have been asked to propose the vote of thanks to this August gathering here. The conference, which embarked with the objective to understand the transformative trends of business development across the globe and the realization of the Sustainable Development Goals, was a navigator for all of us, which covered various aspects of sustainable growth and innovations in VUCA world. First and foremost, I, on behalf of Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Management and Research and the entire fraternity here, express our profound and most sincere gratitude to all our guests, participants, and research scholars for making this a grand success. At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us is profited from the wealth of learning and experience of our speakers in the 2 days conference. We are humbled by the kind gesture of our keynote speaker, Dr. Anna Sahab Gurav, Dean Shivaji University, to guide us despite his tight schedule. Our guest of honor, Ms. Ansi, Senior Director, Human Resource Enterprise DB Software. Your session was quite educative and illuminating, ma'am. I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Somnath Patil, who has risen this occasion by his strong support for the conference. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Meghna Bhilare, our director, and Dr. Vishal Veraskar, Associate Director, who have been the driving force behind the success of today's event. Now, the time to announce the best paper of the conference. We witnessed deliberations on various topics in this conference, so judges had a tough time to select the best papers. So we'll start with the runner-up. The third runner-up is Rakhi Chibbar and Dr. A.K. Srivastav with the title Virtual Reality. Congratulations. The second runner-up is Mr. Srirang Madhukar Chaudhary and Dr. Bharat Kasar with the title Application of Queuing Theory and Backorder Model for Spare Stocking Policy. Congratulations. Our first runner-up, Tanya Mittal, Kirti Sharma and Pankaj Madan with the title Navigating the New Era Through Social Media Platforms for Business, Role of Age in Operating Business. Congratulations. And finally, the winner for the best paper is Mr. Rajwinder Kaur with the title Impact of Managerial Leadership on Employee Happiness, Evidence from Private Industries. We congratulate all of you from bottom of our hearts. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues of DYPIMR who deserves congratulations for a job well done. Last but not the least, I would like to thank the organizers for the conference who took care of the minute details of the conference. Now, I request all of us to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Now, we close this 2 days national conference. Thank you everyone for your participation.